Well, good evening, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino beer review. Today you have the Rhino, and we're going to look at a beer. The beer we are looking at is from Niagara College. It's a little on the old side now. I picked it up just over a month ago, and it just kept getting pushed further and further into the fridge. I picked it up about a week before my beer festival, and then I just never got around to doing it. And then all this great beer was picked up by me and was brought here by others for review, and then we had the beer festival itself, and we had beers after the beer festival, and just things just kept adding up to me not getting to this. But this is Tettnagally a Kolsch. Well, okay, so Tettnagally a Kolsch, so technically a Kolsch. 5.6% alcohol by volume. This basically was one of the ones that was out during the end term time. It seemed like Kolsch's were what they were making, because there was like 15 Kolsch's to choose from. And we all know that I normally don't really care all that much for a Kolsch, so I picked 4 or 5 of them just to try them, randomly, just by their names, picked them, and brought them home. So, Tettnagally, it's a Kolsch. Tettnagally, it kind of looks like a Kolsch. Yeah, there we go. Big white head, golden color, slight haze. Like out here, the haze works. Anything in from there, you see perfectly fine through it. So yeah, it has a little bit of haze. It has bright white head. It has a nice golden color. Technically, so far, it looks like a Kolsch scent. It smells sweet and grassy, so we're still Tettnagally a Kolsch. Let's try the beer. Cheers. Okay, so grassy, earthy, with a little bit of an almost herbal bitterness on the back end. In forefront, straw, tiny bit of sweetness, very easy drinking, light bodied. Other than the haze, it's pretty much exactly what and the color being a little darker than it should be. It pretty much is what I'd expect. If it was bright gold and see-through, I would say you wouldn't even have to call it technically a Kolsch. It would just be a Kolsch. But yeah, I can see, you know, your SRM went up a little higher than it should. Your filtration didn't filter out as much as you thought it would. So technically it was a Kolsch, even though it didn't have all the visual aspects that you expect from it. But at the same time, who gives a shit, right? It tastes fine. It drinks fine. It has more hops to it than most Kolsch's I've had. Like, this is hoppier than, say, well, what's Ontario's most well-known Kolsch? Beau's Lug Tread. A lot hoppier than Beau's Lug Tread. I'll give it that. Not a bad beer. Not a bad beer. Out of 10 on it? Excuse me. Out of 10, I would say this is worth a 6.5. And because I don't know who this student is, and I don't know how they take criticism and all that, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with your beer. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying, for me, it's not the most impressive beer. I could drink it, I just wouldn't want to pay for it. But if anyone ever brought it over to my house, I would drink it with no questions asked. However, we're at 3,700 beers. Don't feel bad if you're not in the 7 and up category, which is the I would pay for it. Sometimes I will give you a mark based on what I think stylistically, because I think that what I feel and where the beer should be are very different things. Sometimes there's a really well-made IPA that just isn't my taste. I'll say you know, as an IPA, I'd give it this, but for personally, I'd give it this. But for this beer, it's just, yeah, it's a good beer. It's a well-made beer. It's just what it is, and that's the way it is. And that's the way it is. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful evening. It was great talking to you. It was great trying another Niagara College beer, and I think I have one more Niagara College beer in the fridge. Maybe I'll swing by and see if they have anything in the fridges, but at this time of year, well, actually, now that they're doing full year, I should always be able to get something cool in the fridge. So maybe I'll go and check them out. Anyway, guys, thank you. Bye.